Welcome to Solo Shot First, and today we're going to be having a look, taking a little bit delve back in time, I suppose, really, and having a look at the Supreme Chancellor Palpatine from Attack of the Clones. Now, the card back on these, I actually quite like these card backs. I know, obviously, in terms of some of these figures as part of this sort of range, the articulation is very limited, and certainly looking just in the packaging or through the bubble, that this this Palpatine looks to have next to no or very, very limited articulation. But, you know, we will have a look at that in due course. The actual card itself is quite nice. You've got that sort of Star Wars racetrack, an actual image of Supreme Chancellor Palpatine in the bottom of the bubble. Obviously the figure itself, and just on that sort of light blue background, and just with that very, very small Hasbro logo in the bottom corner there. So let's have, sorry, I'm having a bit of dodgy camera work here. Let's have a look at the back of the card. And I think this is where some of these cards were quite nice, really, because yes, obviously it's talking about Attack of the Clones, but it does give you a little bit more information, obviously, on what's happening with the Supreme Chancellor Palpatine at that particular time, and a little bit more of the story mode in the top there. So it's, you know, it's actually saying sort of 10 years after the fight to save Naboo from invasion, the galaxy is on the brink of civil war. Under the leadership of renegade Jedi, thousands of solar systems threaten to secede from the Galactic Republic. A courageous Jedi Knight, his impulsive and headstrong apprentice, and a Queen-turned-senator are drawn into a heart of the conflict and the beginning of the war. So it then tells you a little bit more about the Supreme Chancellor and his sort of current position. I won't read all of that because I've probably read too much already. But that, I think, was sort of quite a nice touch, really. You know, we don't sort of tend to get that on the sort of the modern vintage collection figures. And then obviously what you've got here is a couple of images there of the actual Chancellor himself and other figures that were part of that particular wave. So you've actually got, I don't know whether I'm going to pronounce this right. Is it pronounced Juzper, Alien Bounty Hunter? I think he's actually seen in the cantina, possibly, from Star Wars. Then you've got Tanwi, the Camino cloner, or Tanwi, sorry, and then obviously Qui-Gon, the Jedi Master, there in the bottom. So quite nice. What is going on with this camera? Sorry, quite nice card backs, really. You know, the front of them, there isn't, as I said, masses and masses of attention to detail. Oh, sorry. Hang on one second. Right, apologies about that. Yeah, the camera was slipping off the stand. So, yeah, not masses and masses of detail again on the front of the cards, but I think these look quite nice. And the detailing on the back is very, very impressive, I think, in terms of giving you that little bit more of the storyline of what's going on and how things sort of come about. So all we need to do is get this figure out of the packaging and we'll have a look. Okay, so here we have the figure out of the packaging. And as I said, I thought there was very, very limited articulation with this figure. You could certainly see that inside the packaging itself. But I suppose if you just want this to be set in a scene where he literally is being the dignitary and obviously the, you know, the full-on Chancellor as he is, then this is quite a nice looking figure. I mean, the robes on it obviously are all very, you know, that's all hard goods. But I think, as you can see there from the back as it spins, you know, you've got the nice drape on the arm, which is where obviously that essentially that cloak is sort of draped down. Some really, really nice detailing in terms of the colouring, with the sort of the browns and the sort of the light greens and even the gold undergarments. So quite nice looking, even though obviously with really, really limited articulation. Let's just get him off of the spinner and have a look in more detail. Okay, so here he is off the spinner, and I hope the video is going to do this justice. Hope you can see what I mean in terms of sort of the colouring on the robes. He's got some really nice sort of detailing here with the sort of the green, the brown, and what appears to be gold. The sort of the gold gauntlets underneath, and quite a nice actual head sculpt. I mean, that is one thing I will say. I mean, he's even got the sort of red marked spots on his head there. You can See that? Not so much there, but on that side. I'm not quite sure I recall seeing that in the film, but it's actually a pretty, in my opinion, certainly a pretty decent likeness. Anyway, I mean, in terms of the articulation, as I said, it is really, really limited. I mean, you've got that swivel there. So, you know, you can open him up like that. And that is pretty much about it, because obviously you've got here the hard goods. So, very, very limited, as I said. But at the end of the day, you know, let's have a look from the back. Look, really nice detailing on the back. That looks really, I think, you know, the colouring's really, really good. Articulation, 0, but I think I pretty much knew that before getting this figure anyway. It was just a case of, you know, let's get his hands back in position. It was more about getting the figure so that, as I said, you can just use him in those sort of scenes, or just even as any sort of, you know, even if you just highlighted him, put him on a back like that, then you can put him, I suppose, in any scene you want. Anyway, it was just a quick video just to sort of talk you through this one. And an okay looking figure, but obviously 0 articulation. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, there'll be more videos coming shortly. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below, and I'll come back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.